Amen. Good evening and welcome to Chap or Schmooze, where we schmooze with Lakewood's well-known and perhaps not so well-known personalities. Tonight's guest does not need an introduction.
Not so well known.
No, he wants an introduction, so we're going to introduce him anyhow. He's an avid Keil bus passenger. He's a well-known Chavera member. He's a fixture in Manhattan's Diamond District. But most of all, he is the reigning clapping for Yalav Yavai champion. Shmeeli Krisher, welcome.
That's me.
That's you. How you doing? So, you know, I have a lot of questions here that people sent in.
Awesome.
And we're just gonna, we'll start off with just something, and then we're gonna wing it and just,
Cool.
go for it. So first of all,
for starters, Yaakov, thank you so much for having me.
of
on.
course,
I really
of course,
appreciate
that's
it.
right.
It
And thank
means
you for
worlds to
coming.
me.
Thank you for coming.
I feel like $1 million.
This is about it.
being
You know,
on the
this
show.
this is the maiden voyage, by the way, for the Chap Schmooze. The maiden voyage. So
What does that mean, maiden voyage?
that means
It's
the
made
first,
in what?
the first attempt at doing something as crazy as like this.
And you had me for the first attempt?
That's right.
Wow,
Yeah,
I feel like $1
because,
billion.
Yeah,
Thanks a million.
yeah. Well, listen, schmack a normal guy like you. What better way to start off this journey
I
than
wouldn't use the word normal, but okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll find that during the course of this conversation. But this is what I'm curious to know is something that's been bothering me, or not bothering me, but something I'm always interested to know, since I've known you, is how tall are you?
That's an excellent question.
Yes.
So it really depends.
What did you tell the doctor?
It really depends. And
What did
this
you tell
is, this is something I get all
when
the
you were
time.
dating? What did you tell?
Well, when I was dating, the girl would ask me, "Is it raining up there?" And I'd be like, "Yep, it's raining."
Oh, that's nice.
Actually, it depends on how high you're holding your phone. Because if you're looking at a status, and a lot of people they meet me, they go, "Oh, I follow your status, and I love your good mornings. I love the stuff you do, and oh my gosh, you're amazing." And I'm like, "Okay, everybody, settle down, settle down. There are things that you're amazing at, and I'm not amazing at. So we're kind of like, in a way, we're even." And then they're like, "Whoa, I didn't realize how tall you are." And I'm like, "Well, because I'm as tall as you are."
I hear you.
So it really depends on what angle you're looking at.
I hear. Okay, that's
You're
interesting.
looking at me. So
The reason why it had just to it's not about me. It's about. Oh, by the way, my name is Yaakov Berger. For those that don't know, and
Jack
I'm just
Berger.
well,
Jack
right,
Berger.
depending on who you ask. The reason why that it just on a personal anecdote. Well, my father, Al Shalom, he was 6'4", and he learned in Tells. And one day his mother, Al Shalom, my grandmother, came to visit him, and my grandmother was like 5'5". So she was walking with my father that was 6'4". Maybe she's a little taller than 5'5", but my father was a solid, real a head taller than her.
Oh, more than a head.
Rematul Katzatzal sees them walking together, and he looks down at my grandmother, and he looks up at my father, and he says, "Von einer so kleinen Mama kommt ein so großen Kind." True story, by the way.
My mother's not that short. My mother's 6 feet. My father's also kind of like 6 feet-ish, maybe a little bit taller.
Oh, so you
6'2".
got tall genes in the family. I hear you.
Yes, I do have tall genes, although not all my siblings are tall. I am Kanina a very healthy 6'4". And you know what they say about tall people?
I have no
Tall
idea
people
what to say.
live longer.
And they all say that tall people could reach the net.
Yep. They also say that tall people are really nice and really awesome and very rich.
Who said that?
Me.
Rich? Oh, really? Okay.
Of course.
What's your number?
They're the richest.
We mentioned.
They're rich in height.
I mentioned earlier that that you're a Chavera member, very well-known Chavera member.
I am.
Do you find though that your height ever gets in the way? Like a lot of times, we know about all the work that you do for Chaverim, and you're busy singing. And you just have a great time. It's not just you're a Chavera member. You enjoy doing it. You enjoy doing Chesed. You love it. And obviously, the people that you're helping out, they love it as well. It's not just like the guys coming and helping me out. I'm stuck. I got a flat tire. Whatever. They're really appreciating everything. But do you find though that your height gets like you got to get down and change the tire? You like get up after a few minutes and feel like you're heading to the nursing home to get something to wrap around your legs because you got yourself your feet are hurting after getting down. It's like you got to you know what I mean? Am I making sense of this question or no?
It's like the higher
very
you go,
infatuated
the
by
higher
height.
you go, the harder you fall.
right. So that's
Kind
what
of
it
like
is.
that. Well, the honest truth is that the way I see it is that Baruch Hashem, I am really spoiled by the Eibishter, and I have no way of paying back Hashem. How do you pay back Hashem? So the way to pay back Hashem in my mind is to be mechazik other yidden. There's no better place to be mechazik other yidden than on a Chaverim call. And it starts from as soon as I get the call and I know that I'm heading there, I call the what we call the party. I call the party and I say, hey, what's doing? Chaverim, we're on our way. We're going to help you. And my goal is to try to give them a vision of how this is a schus for me to help them. And it really is. If you think about it, it's a really big schus to be able to help. You know, like, can you imagine, Chaverim has like a database of like every day 100, 200 Yidden that need help. And like you could just, in 30 seconds, you can boost up a car, you can pop, and that's a vibe. Anybody who calls Chaverim, they're not calling Chaverim because their car needs a boost.
They're calling because they need a boost.
It's not just the car that needs a boost, and there's not just the tire that needs to be pumped up.
So in other words, you mean to tell me that, based on what you're telling me, that means that half the people that are really calling, they will bedafka let the air out of their tires. Just so that they get
No, they're not letting the air out of their tires, not letting the air out of their tires, but
Or
there's
they're
a
hiring
reason
someone-
why they're going through this kapara. There's a reason why they're going through this challenge. There's a reason why I had the schus to call them. And the
Amazing.
reason why I had the schus to respond. And I try to make a very geschmack of matzah when we get there. And geschmack, it's also not only for the parties and the people calling, also for the members. There's certain members that have a hard time going out in the rain. So I make a matzah out of going in the rain. There's certain members that when they see a flat, they don't know. A flat could be like 2 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour.
By the way, speaking of rain, again, sorry to interject, what is your infatuation with rain?
So I love the rain.
Is there something
I just
about your
love the
hair?
rain.
Is it something you feel that you just, because it makes your hair grow? Like, what is
I
it?
love the rain. The rain is refreshing. The rain is geschmack. Like you feel the bracha coming down from Shemayim. And no matter when it rains, it always reminds me of the summer. And it reminds me of being in camp. And
Yeah, whenever it rains, it also reminds me of the summer. Like yesterday was like 100 degrees outside, and just walking around a little bit, my shirt was drenched. So that's, there's nothing like it. What was the craziest Chaverim call that you ever responded to?
oh, that's an excellent question. Craziest Chaverim call I ever responded to. Well, I've had some pretty wild calls. I'm saying we went, actually, last week I was with member E1. I don't know if you would allow me to say his name.
E1, no, just keep it at E1.
E1, we're going to keep it
You
at
sunk my
E1.
battleship.
And he and I went to a call in Coventry, and the party, which we call the party, I mean the person calling, the caller, just claimed that they had a squirrel in their house. And you have to realize something about squirrels. Squirrels are not like humans. They don't just sit around waiting. They're constantly moving. They're not like hiding or whatever. So, like, amen. Beautiful bracha.
Kirsten de Yankasa. Go ahead.
So we get into this guy's house, and he claims that he has a squirrel there. And we're looking everywhere for a squirrel, and literally there's no squirrel. Like, I don't hear anything. I don't see, like, squirrels don't just sit around waiting and lurking. There's no lurking squirrels. Squirrels, when they come into your house, they're running around, and nothing. We go into the living room, we go into the kitchen, we go into the bedrooms, we go everywhere. There's no squirrel, bro. There's literally no squirrel. I don't know what you're making a whole cha-cha about. There is no squirrel. And the guy's like, I promise you the squirrel's been living in my house for a week. A week? A squirrel in your house? Dude.
And I said, what was it?
Anyways, guy was right.
It was a squirrel.
We were on our way out, and we heard like a little noise in the toy room. We quickly went into the toy room, and we start looking through all the toys, and in like a box, there's a little baby squirrel. And it goes flying. E1 grabs the squirrel. I go running for my life, and we got the squirrel.
All right, Shmeeli, let's moving right along. I want to ask you, what does ALT stand for? I know ALT and Shmeeli have something in common. What is ALT? Now, aside from ALT being a key on your, or something on your computer, but I know that it means something else to Shmeeli. What does ALT stand for?
So like when I'm driving and I get Waze, it says Easy Pass Alt. And I always think, oh my gosh, ALT. So ALT stands for something really, really special and very dear to me. I'm saying it's like my mantra. It's like my life's mission. It's like my goal. It's like every time I walk onto the Kail bus, I sing the Kail bus song. I'm sure you know the Kail bus, right?
No, maybe I forgot. Maybe. What is that song? What is that song?
The Kail bus is the place to be. We learn Gemara and we ALT. The Kail bus is the place to be. We learn Gemara and ALT. Oh, ALT. Whoa.
ALT.
Oh, ALT.
All right, so what is ALT?
Always
Learn.
learning Torah.
Ah.
Shragi Drillick's line. ALT.
Who's Shragi Driller?
Shragi Drillick is a staff member in Camp Brochheim. He actually is still a staff member in Camp Brochheim. And we made a Camp Brochheim hotline for the campers to listen to during COVID when they were stuck at home until we opened up the yeshivas during that small tkufa. And we made a hotline and they were able to call in. So the different counselors took upon themselves to make like shows. And Shragi Drillick started Shragi Social Skills. He actually had Ben Miller on once on his show. It was legendary. It was legendary.
You know what I'm thinking though, Shragi? I mean, Shmeeli, it's very interesting. I'm thinking now, like, one of the questions that was asked by our billions of viewers was that, take into consideration what happened in 2020 with the riots and these guys. I mean, Manhattan was in shambles. They burnt it down, and I'm wondering, like, and again, this is one of the questions that was posed, is that why you still travel? My understanding is that you work in jewelry. Because of you, there have been, Baruch Hashem, a tremendous increase in beautiful shalom bayis throughout Lakewood, if not points beyond.
Shalom bayis makers.
Shalom bayis maker, right?
Yeah.
And I would have assumed, as we know, that many people have already moved their businesses out of New York to New Jersey and other places, and yet you still travel there. And I'm getting the feeling, as we're having this conversation, as we're having this schmooze, that because you just want to go on this Kyle bus and sing that song. And that's the only reason why you really have kept your jewelry business in the city.
Well, for all intents and purposes,
right.
There's plenty of jewelry business here in Lakewood, and there are plenty of customers here. And thank you very much to all the customers that supported us. And Shalom Bayis Makers. We have a huge sign up in our office in the city, massive, literally life size. It takes floor to ceiling. It says Shalom powers the world.
Gewaldig.
I actually wanted it to say that Shalom is the most powerful thing in the world, but it was too long. So we just made it Shalom powers the world. We create Shalom Bayis Makers. We create Shalom Bayis for people.
It's amazing.
It really is amazing. Every single time someone comes, it calls me or contacts me or WhatsApps me, says, "Yo, can I get something for my wife?" And it's our anniversary, it's her birthday, this and that. I feel like I am going on a mission now with this individual, helping him to create harmony in his home. It was actually once I was posting about Shalom Bayis, and a guy calls me up and he says, "I want to tell you something, Shmeeli. It's not just Shalom Bayis for the husband and wife, for the parents. My father bought my mother a brand new engagement, upgraded engagement ring. She is so happy about it. It was Erev Pesach. She said, last Pesach was so stressful in my house, and this Pesach, it's just chilled. Every time she gets stressed out, we ask her about her ring, and she goes,
nice.
Don't worry about the crumbs. Don't worry about the stuff in the sockets. We won't do the sockets this year." And she's just so pumped, literally pumped.
You ever get like any of these, like, this is the third time I messed up with the toothpaste tube. I know I'm supposed to, roll it back or not or whatever it is. And it's like, I'm done for. Like, what can I get?
So like based on what the challenge is,
right?
Obviously we have different pieces.
I got it.
Excuse me.
So you start off your day quite early in the morning, and you get on the Kyle bus. The Kyle bus was founded by
Rav David Lowenthal.
And it's been around for some time.
It's been around for like almost 20 years now.
And how many people are learning on the Kyle bus?
So before COVID, you needed pull to get into the Kyle bus.
Okay.
It was almost as hard to get into the Kyle bus as it is to get into Archas Chaim Day School.
Right.
But now, excuse me.
We interrupt this broadcast with an important message. Poland spring water. Are you choking? Have some Poland spring water. You better? You good?
I think so.
Okay.
So because of COVID, a lot of people are not going to the city anymore, or not yet. So the Kyle bus is struggling right now. We have like about 30 members. Used to be like a packed 55 guys on the bus. You couldn't get on unless you like really had the hustle to get on. Now we have about 30 members, which is still solid. And we wish we had more. If somebody who's commuting into the city and they would like to learn some Teire, you have to start your day. It's not just a Kyle bus. That's what people don't understand. It is the embodiment of people who are working, okay, Balabatim, choosing Torah as the most important thing in the entire day. It's not just about, going on Kailas. I'm saying I can learn over here, I can learn there. It's about optimizing my time and starting with Torah And being on an icon of Torah, even
Amazing.
the bus driver, the people who service the bus, people who are on the bus, everybody knows
Max.
the Kyle bus.
Max. You mean the driver Max? And has he converted yet to Judaism?
He is not. And you know, Max is somebody, he supports the Kyle bus very, very much. In fact, people don't know this, but Max has a suitcase full of Gemaras, and he has a few extra talesim just in case people forget the talis,
Wow.
whatever, and I think a pair of tefillin, that he carries with him home every night, okay? And he brings it back every morning to make sure that the Kyle bus is fully stocked in Gemaras. He has like different Gemaras, different places in Shas. We have a limud, but if you want to learn a different limud, that's fine. And Max may have that Gemara for you.
That's great stuff. So you get off the bus and you're heading towards, your work, and everybody just waits for you to do your thing. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Right? I think that's the way it goes, right?
Good morning, 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 good morning,
And
good morning,
make
good
a
morning,
lot
good morning,
of.
good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Well, you stick your face in, and it's make a lot of money and be
Be
happy.
happy with your money. Make a lot of money. Actually, Tzviki Rubenfeld used to say it. David Lowenthal, Harav David Lowenthal, Rich Kale, and of course, Rav Victor Miller. Rav Victor Miller used to say,
Make a
lot
lot
of money, make it in cash.
And do what with the money?
Got to do good things
Do
with the
good
money.
things with the money, of
Gotta
course.
do good things with the money.
So, but I mean, here's this 6'4" guy coming in off the bus, walking through the streets of Manhattan. Obviously, as it is, the Manhattanites or the New Yorkites or whatever. I'm not saying it correctly, but be that as it may, they're already coming post-COVID, and here's this guy coming off the bus, sporting this cap, and he's doing this thing, and they must be looking at, and like you just don't give a care in the world. Have you ever been looked at? I mean, you probably were, but has anyone ever stopped? Like, what are you doing? What are you saying? Like, what's up with this? Or just like it is Manhattan, so it's like you do your own thing anyways, or just you don't. Why you just do your thing and that's it.
Well, till I got a scooter, which I have to thank the Liquid Scoop for helping me get my scooter back.
Ah, the famous scooter
That was,
story.
I have a lot of cars to type. Actually, I made
they're
that
changing
video.
the name to the Lakewood Scooter, by the way. The Lakewood Scoot.
Very good. Actually, I have a lot of cars that I have the Liquid Scoop because I feel like they were the Shleich from the Eberster. They really facilitated that I got my scooter back. I would not have had the scooter back if
Yeah, I
not for
remember
them.
seeing, right, yeah.
I still would not have a scooter.
Amazing.
So before I had a scooter, I used to actually film the Good Mornings in Times Square. And a lot of times people would jump in and would join and this and that. It was more engaging. And now that I have a scooter, I'm lucky to have it because I use it to zoom through all the challenges that the city has to offer. And I drive like in the street, so I'm not involved in the sidewalks and what's going on over there. And another reason why I love the rain. When it rains, they all put on a raincoat. And it's not a problem.
I got it.
The city becomes from one of the worst places to not as bad. Either way, another great thing about the rain. So I have my scooter now, so I don't do it in Times Square as much. So there's not as much interaction, but there are people who come in the same time as me, non-Jews. And they already know the whole good morning. And when they see me, they go, good morning.
Oh,
Good
really?
morning. They want to know we're going to be doing the good morning. And all the security guards and all the people who work in the exchange that I walk through in the morning, they all know me. Sometimes I video myself going through the exchange, and you can see them all saying good morning back. There's nothing to like starting your day, like just letting go of everything and just good morning.
This is like it's like the first few hours of your morning are like literally Torah, Avodah, Gemilas Chesed. You're starting with Torah, you're making people happy, you're making that money because it's going to be put to good use, But I want to just totally go like in a totally different direction because this is something
Awesome. I
that
like different
I'm very,
directions.
very interested in. And we're coming to a close, but I want to ask the final
No,
question.
not a
The final
close.
question will be like I think the most not powerful question, but a very important question, something that I know that you'll
So
be
this
able
is the
to.
final question?
But no, not yet. This is something that we're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
But I want to know: are you?
No, but.
No, but
Take
no,
it back.
but no, but.
And.
Okay, well
And.
let's read the and. You're right.
You never said
and.
but.
Well, it's not
and
really
on top
well,
of that. Not negating that. On top of that.
On top of that, exactly. So actually, there was something else that just reminded myself. Like I mentioned earlier, you are known as the Yalav Klopper. How long did it take you to get to that? Like, did you have to go to special school for that? Did you have to, basically, where did that come from? Because, you are like the penultimate or the ultimate of
Thursday
Yalav
night.
Kloppers.
Thursday night.
I mean, the deaf man in Pennsylvania hears that clapping and will never, ever forget to say. In fact, I think he's still saying Yalav Yaveh now in the 3 days after Rosh Chodesh.
Right, so Thursday night, okay, I'm at the Meyer Joseph Chasana. And I went in for Mincha. I was at center, by the way. I love being at center. I was at center. I made the minyan. It was all me. I got all the schus. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I get into this minyan, and I didn't know a single person in the entire minyan. Not even one. Okay, one guy gave me a look. Maybe he knew me, but I didn't think I knew anybody there. It came time for Shmooze Esrei, and I gave the biggest clap you've ever seen. It was not on video. But the guys there just like went crazy. And when I go to Satmar and I do the clap, sometimes like guys like just like they're ready to kill me. And you clap, like you already said so yourself. So you gotta start Shmooze Esrei, bro. I'm saying you already finished college, you gotta start Shmooze Esrei. Like you can't attack me that much. But some guys are like, what's wrong with you? And like,
But they'll never
also,
forget. Oh, they won't forget to say Yalav Yaveh though.
They better not forget.
Right after that,
They better
right?
not forget. You know, I was in camp last year, and it was Rosh Chodesh. And Rabbi Lichtman gets up in Camp Baruch Chaim and he announces, it was Rosh Chodesh, so he announces, now one boy should clap Yalav Yaveh before Shmooze Esrei. And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, technically, I'm not a boy. I did the biggest clap, and then the entire camp followed suit, and it's fair to say that it didn't go over that well.
I hear you.
So you want to know how it started, how it came to be,
The
why
origins,
I do it.
the origins, not the origins of the clapping. We know clapping has been done for years. It's actually quite interesting. The Chazon Ish. He actually was of the opinion that it's not, if I'm not mistaken, the words that it wasn't derech eretz for people to scream Yalav Yaveh middle Shmooze Esrei. I mean, can you imagine the middle of Slach Lanu Yalav Yaveh, and it's like, wait a minute, you know, how does that work? You know, so I mean, but there are differing opinions on how it works. So the Gabbai is supposed to. I mean, even though we do a lot of clapping, but I know there are opinions in Shulchan Aruch where the Gabbai can announce the Yalav Yaveh, no matter where you, meaning to say, regardless whether Shachar
Doesn't
or
based on
Mincha
that clap by everything? I think in the Yoshan also they clap by every single.
Oh, before you start davening,
yeah,
everything,
before everything.
clappers.
Kriya Shema, they
Oh
clap.
yeah,
Before
yeah,
they-
yeah, yeah.
I
Everything
always
by
want to be the
between,
Chazon Ish,
between the
like,
Halalukas,
clap,
clapping,
They clap everything.
clap.
I love
Right,
it. It's the
right.
best. It's
Right.
legendary. You
A lot
want to know?
a lot of Slach Lanus going on.
So the way that I actually started this clapping was because I have super ADHD. It was the biggest curse when I was in school. I literally was always in the principal's office. But now that I'm done with yeshiva, ADHD is the biggest bracha in the world. I love it.
You're
It's
free.
the best ever. I can do like 20 things at once. I'm listening to 5 conversations all at the same time. It's all good. It's the biggest bracha. It's amazing. And not but, and.
Rabbi, to explain that, what you mean when you say but, you're negating.
I'm not
But,
saying.
but right.
It's only to do with what
But
I was saying
is
before.
always
I'm adding
negating
on top
the
of that.
previous
I'm
thing.
adding
Right,
on top of that.
right. It's not
So-
avol Hashem and manachnu. We're
Yeah.
removing the avol. We're just doing and. I got it.
So, and sometimes by davening, it could be hard for a person that has ADHD to concentrate the whole davening, to be a part of the davening, to be there, to be present. I know somebody who does not talk ever during davening, ever. I'm not holding on that level. I wish I was. I'm very jealous. I think about it every single day. Like, I really look up to him. You're allowed to be jealous of that. Some of you should be seething with jealous about. And I am pretty jealous about it, I'm not going to lie. And, see, there's another and. And I sometimes struggle with finding ways to get myself to be engaged in the tefillah. So I do like different shticks during my davening. So I try to daven out loud. I drink a matziv. I sing v'chol miyah on Shabbos. Every Shabbos, no matter what, no matter where I am. I sing certain gunim at different parts of the davening, and I like really look forward to them. Like, davening became like my buddy. Like, I have like this thing and that thing. We have like our stuff that we chill with. Yalav Yaveh is one of them. I look forward the entire month for Rosh Chodesh just so I can do those claps. Oh. The only thing...
It's like it sounds like this your relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom in a way. You're trying to make it. It's like your unique relationship with the Rebbeinu Shalom in your mahalach of trying to really make tefillah something
Bottom line,
unique
gotta
to you.
make it geschmack. You gotta make it geschmack. You gotta make it geschmack. That's the bottom line. I'm saying some people don't like it. They feel like, okay, they don't agree with my judgment. I'm making things geschmack, making davening geschmack, and I respect that 100%. They're right. They're 100% right. In their reality, they're right. But in my reality, this is what I need.
Have you ever hurt anybody or anything in the process of clapping?
Actually, once I did it. I just clapped and something went flying, but Baruch Hashem, nobody
He's
got
okay?
hurt. No, yeah,
He's
no,
out of the
it's
hospital
okay.
now?
And the best place for me to clap is in my shul, Raintree North, where I daven. When I clap, I have my stender. I have a huge stender, literally like goes up to my neck. So like you can imagine, I'll be literally like a 7-foot stender. And you get a good like a 5-finger, like when you get a clap on someone's back, you get that full 5-finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I never go to 3. Oh.
That's great to hear. If I can equate one thing with Shmeeli Kusher, it's
One second. This is the big question?
this is it, the big one. Can I have a drum roll, please? Okay, I wanted a drum roll. He's giving me that. Don't crush my pretzels. Simchas HaChaim. Where did you get that midah from? Where did you get it from? It didn't happen overnight. Simchas HaChaim is something that, because, you know, we all go through stuff in life. We all have our challenges. And yet, the best bracha that a person can have is to somehow tap into that koyach of Simchas HaChaim that will lift them out of the doldrums for themselves, for other people. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. How did that happen?
That is such
Unless you were just born like, you know, Mazel Tov, I'm here, yay! You know, I don't think so.
Definitely
But, you
not.
know.
Definitely not. That is an excellent question, Yaakov. That is
I know,
by far the best question. That deserves to be the last question.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I'm not really sure how to answer that question.
And with that, thank you so much. Oh, that's it, brother.
I'll tell you the honest truth. I don't really look at it as much that I'm so besimcha. I try very hard. I'm not a besimcha person per se in my world. I try very hard to think about the situation that I'm going into, like fully. Like you're going to a chasna. When you're driving to a chasna, you're driving just like, oh my God, I'm sitting in traffic. Oh my God, what should I do? Or are you thinking, here's two people. They went into shidduchim. They came back from Eretz Yisrael all excited, you know, to get married, and then they had a hard time in shidduchim, or they had an easy time in shidduchim. They looked into this boy, and they looked into that girl, and they looked into this, and the whole like parsha, and how hard it is. This is like really like a deep question. I was looking for something more like exciting, but if you're asking, I'm answering. And if you really think about it, like you really like when you're coming, you look at him, and you look at her, and you look at the father, and look at the grandfather, and look at the uncle, and like, whoa, it's massive. Like in every scenario, like the Kaila bus. When I first joined the Kaila bus, I wasn't so excited about the Kaila bus. But then the Kaila bus was canceled, and I had to take Jersey Transit. Going through that experience, and then all of a sudden, now I had the Kaila bus, and I just like realized, OMG, like what am I missing? I like what do I have? Like we don't realize what we have. Like until I lost certain things in my life, and then regained them, I realized like, wow, this is a huge bracha. Like I'm saying,
You don't know what you've got until it's gone.
bottom line, I'm saying, you know, Baruch Hashem, you know, I have parents, I have children, I have a wife, I have a job, I have parnasa, I have cars, and they work. I have, you know, I have money in my pocket, I have food in my stomach, I have clothes on my back. I'm saying, I know this sounds like, ooh, it's not like the answer people like. And if you want to be happy, you gotta appreciate what you have. You have to, every time I feel stressed or I feel overwhelmed, I literally can't go further. I take a moment and I close my eyes and I think about a moment in my life where I have extreme curse today, extreme. Like, go to the moment when your first child was born. Go to the moment when you got married. Go to the moment when you had that first date and it was so exciting and it worked out well. I don't know what the moment is for you. I don't know what the moment is for anybody else. For me, I have my moments. You know, obviously they're private. They're not that private, but you know, I'm not going to get into my moments. And they're so powerful. These moments are so powerful. Like, how could you be upset when you have something like this? Like, whatever. I could go on for hours.
You know what's amazing about this, and I guess we're really coming to a close now. Reb Asher Druk is here from Eretz Yisrael now. Am I making a sales pitch for him? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But it happens to be one of his big speeches that he gives is the realization that we have so much to be thankful for. You know, one of the examples that he gives is that I remember in his conversations with people, he says, how many children do you have? He says, 10 children, a husband and a wife. So that means to say you have 320 teeth in your house. 320 teeth. He says, yeah. You know, do the calculation, 32, everybody, you know. And one of his examples are, could you imagine, says like, you come to your Shabbos table, and there is no table. Or you come to your Shabbos table, and there are no chairs. Do we even think about the fact that, look, just looking at this, we have pretzels, we have water, fire, a comfortable couch, lighting.
Awesome guys
You
like
and
you,
I,
welcome.
you and I. Here we are. So, the truth is, there's really so much to be thankful for. And Mr. Shmeeli, we come to
Guy
give
pulls
us
up in a gorgeous car with a gorgeous family, and he has kids. He comes into the
amazing.
store, starts screaming at his wife, starts screaming at his kids. He's all upset. He throws the pizza back in the guy's face. What's wrong with you? What's going on? They're screaming and hollering like, dude, hello. Take a step back for 1 second, literally for 1 second. That's all you got to do. Look what you have.
Amazing. Shmeeli, this has been an amazing, amazing schmooze. Really appreciate it. It's great to see you.
Yankiv?
Everybody, if you have someone that you'd like interviewed, please reach out to the Lakewood Scoop. And or if you'd like to sponsor a schmooze, please reach out to the Lakewood Scoop. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next week, Amir Tashem. All the best. Take care.